Hello, Balrogs and Goblins. My name is Rainy, and I'm here with Di and Doozles, crew of intrepid adventurers. Here with us today, we'll be playing Di. We have Brianna,
Hello.
Zach,
Hello.
we have Corey,
Uh,
and we have Haley.
Hey everyone.
Does everyone want to give like a quick one or two sentence descriptor of which character you're playing for those who are just joining us?
Yeah, sure, I'll start.
Kidding.
So, I am playing Jeremy, a 2-bit venture capitalist who is now in this medieval fantasy world as someone not quite Jeremy. It's actually Heather now, and I guess we'll figure out more about that as we move forward in our story. And so far, things have been pretty interesting. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm playing Tiffy. Tiffy is this kind of lady who had every chance to succeed and just kind of didn't. And she eats all the time, and everything happens for a reason. No.
Little does she know that it's everything happens for reasons. The chocolate-covered caramel candy.
It's better than Werther's original.
Hey, don't shit talk
Don't
Werther.
you shit talk Werthers.
I kid.
Oh, a grand
You know you're officially at that age when you when you go to bat for Werther's original.
I am basically playing the biggest weeb you can imagine.
Your character is like the oh wait. I think you're still talking, but it cut out.
The character I'm playing is a techno thief for a term.
Hey, Corey, you may want to refresh, buddy.
Why don't you refresh and then go through that again, because it kind of broke up and went all over the place for us.
Technical difficulties. We're super professional.
And shit happens. I mean,
It
I'll
does.
go while he's resetting. I'll go. I'm playing Shannon, who is in some ways the opposite of Tiffy. She came from the trailer park and tried so hard to leave that life behind that she became super successful after college at the expense of all of her creative ventures. So she is now stuck in the RPG world that she herself built as a preteen, and is kind of teetering on the brink of a nervous breakdown, but it's starting as of last episode to kind of get into it. So we'll see where she goes from here. I'm also joined by Artorius the Snake, who was visible but has kind of gone down my shirt, so he may come back.
All right, can everybody hear me now?
Yes,
Oh,
much
yeah.
gooder.
All right. I am playing Marcus. Basically, he is the biggest weeb known to man. The kind of character I'm portraying for this is a techno thief, for better lack of term.
Very nice. The characters as of last game were in the town of Clydesdale, which was the first sort of starting point that Shannon created for the game. You can see here there's a little path coming north out of the mountains. That is where the party originated, and they ended up in Clydesdale and then crossed the bridge and went north into some spider caves, fought some spiders, rescued a villager, and that's where we kind of are right now. Couple of minor notes to fill in people who are just joining us. They've met a librarian named Ronald who looks like Albus Dumbledore, and the tavern where they currently are right now has just been entered by one of the player characters from the last time they played the game, which was Tiffany's character, Milo, and that's where we'll be picking up today. All right. So is everybody ready?
Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marvelous. All right. So, some time has passed since you've been in the tavern. Everyone got their chance to get a few drinks in and celebrate the return of this person who's been missing for several days. Had time to get up, go pee, realize that there's no indoor plumbing, so had to go outside. One of the drawbacks of medieval fantasy, they're not well known for technological advancements in the world of indoor plumbing.
That was super awkward for me.
I'm sure it was.
Did
Speaking
you
of
need,
indoor plumbing,
advice or assistance?
No, you just gotta pop a squat. It's fine. It just it's
Pull the pants all the way down. Trust me, all the way down, and just sit back as far as you can.
Okay.
Like Tiffy and Shannon were in the woods with her, like holding her hands and like coaching her through it.
I mean, we could do Harry Potter rules. That weird thing that J.K. Rowling's decided where like the wizards just poop where they go and it just disappears.
Is that real? I thought
I'll
that was
agree
real.
to never talk about that.
I feel like I read that somewhere that J.K. Rowling decided that wizards just poop their pants and the poop just disappears.
Yeah, we did all read that, but then we all agreed that we didn't read that. That was like the pact that the fandom made.
Was that part of like that slew of tweets where people were just pretending to say crazy shit J.K. Rowling added to her
No,
book?
she for real said that one.
What the fuck? Why
Well-
did you memory?
I just want to let y'all know we have been streaming approximately 4 minutes and we're already demonetized. Good job, everybody! Woohoo!
Wait, y'all are getting paid?
No.
No, we
Oh, all right.
But look, listen, there is no disappearing wizard poop in Boston's Bay. There was an agreement.
She
All
wrote
right.
bathrooms into the story.
This was carved into the stone table, so we'll just stop quoting the deep magic. We were all there when it was written.
Find this tweet because Bree doesn't believe me.
We're streaming, so there's no
But
putting
please
this in
continue
post.
the game.
All right.
Okay. So
This is an awkward
the door creaks open, and you see the outline of a familiar character, and it is in fact the abjurer wizard Mylone, who was previously played by Tiffany. She is there in the flesh, walking around, and she approaches your table. What do you do?
I fangirl the fuck out. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is happening.
So Mylone adopts kind of a wry smile, and she says, "You must be Tiffany."
And I nod like super duper fast. I don't even like know what to say. I'm just like I just want to like take everything about her in.
She sits down at the table without asking for permission and looks at the rest of you and says, "Why have you come here?"
Funny thing about that, we don't have any fucking idea.
I blame it on the drugs.
She orders a round of ale for everybody, assuming that you're all going to need a little bit more alcohol in your body to kind of understand what is coming. Um, how much do you know about the relationship between the Paragons and people like me?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. We don't even know how we got here, really, except for some haunted Jumanji board game.
I know because I wrote the setting.
The a lot of what you just said kind of flies over Mylone's head, but she folds her arms on the table and leans in close, so the other patrons of the bar can't hear her. There are things happening in this world right now that I do not understand, but it seems that there are things that you do not understand. So first, I'm going to try and help you to discover what is happening to you right now. I understand this can be very confusing for you. It was very confusing for us, by us, I mean myself, Havelock, not Marcus, but shit, what was his name again? Roderick and Carnali many years ago.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How long has it been since your last great adventure together?
Maybe a little over 2 decades.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh, that doesn't check.
It would be roughly around the time that your party last played.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
When we went on our crusade together, we did so with your help. On our end, we were able to glean some glimpses of the inner workings of your mind as you combined with us. I understand from the time that I have spent contemplating with Havelock that you see our world as some kind of simulation, some kind of game. What you have to understand is you didn't create this world. You bonded with it. And whatever way in which you did that, it created a link between us at the time that you solidified your connection with this world. So she points to Tiffany and she just kind of gestures outwards with her hand. You and I were connected in very deep and intimate ways. You were able to hear my thoughts and I was able to hear yours. And what impression you're getting from Mylone is that basically when you were playing in character in this game, what you were really doing was sending like suggestions. So like when you told Shannon, I want to roll for, attack, what you were really doing was issuing a command to your in-game avatar, this person in this world, saying, this is the thing that I think you should be doing in order to survive this encounter and move forward. And the way Mylon explains it to you, it's basically like you were patron deities choosing these people as your avatars in this world rather than people playing a game.
Oh, that's a lot of responsibility.
Has this ever happened before?
This is the only time I've heard of any kind of records mentioning anything like this. It's worth noting that while you were playing the game, things that you said that the characters thought, they were thinking. But at the same time, things that you were thinking as a player would also be knowledge that the character has.
Oh wow.
Oh,
He
that's
speaks
that's
up
a
and is like, "What about me? I didn't play a character. Well, I played a lot of characters. I played all the little ones. I played the non-player characters."
Things that you were thinking. Mylon doesn't seem to understand what you mean.
Do you hear me?
I can't quite say what that means for you, but I know that the rest of you will have some interesting conversations coming your way.
It was a game. I ran the game. I set it up in Marcus's treehouse.
She scratches at her head and contemplates for a moment. Well, that's certainly something that I'll have to ruminate upon, but there are more pressing questions at the moment, and I'll do my best to help you find the answers. Do you know what the Paragon who connected with Carnali is doing right now?
We haven't seen her since she started the game. She sort of just disappeared.
That was pretty classic.
So you didn't come here for a specific purpose, like to save the world or anything?
No, we were just
No.
getting back together for one old time's sake.
In the world that we come from, the 5 of us are friends. Old friends from back when we were children. We were 13, 14, playing a game, at least to our perception. And Reggie, who played Carnali, she gathered us together many years later after we decided to reunite for, I guess, a business reason more than anything. And Reggie discovered, I guess, to your knowledge, it would be an artifact that brought us back here, but as this, not as you.
So the barmaid sets the round of drinks down in front of everyone, and as soon as you finish talking, Mylone takes up her flagon and just ugly drinks it, like the kind of drinking you expect from someone who just lost their job and went through a divorce, or the kind of drinking you expect from a barbarian after he has sex with and murders the entire enemy army by himself. It's
Oh.
just that kind of
Ugh.
drinking to drink. She sets the flagon down and just sort of dourly says, "Well, your friend Reggie is calling herself Mistress Cinder and has decided that in order to save the world, she is going to command the elven armies and has usurped rule from the elves, claiming that she needs their power. I was hoping that some of you might have an explanation for why, but I can see now."
It's news to us.
She lost her damn mind?
Clearly, she thinks this is some kind of game. I assure you, it is not.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not good.
Well, this is immersive. I'll give you that.
I guess the next thing is where is she?
Out of character, Brianna, last game you actually mentioned the name of an elven settlement. What was that?
I don't remember.
I think it was me who mentioned it.
Yeah, I think it might have been Haley.
Well, great, because I don't want to call it the elven city of...
I pulled it out of my ass from another setting of mine and called it Nadara.
Nidara? The elven city of Nidara has come under siege, and overnight been taken over by a powerful magic user calling herself Mistress Cinder. She is accompanied by Carnali, and she has won over control over the elven military. But more than that, I cannot tell you. I think it best if you seek out some of the others that you were in contact with, and maybe they can help you piece together some kind of plan. Or you can march directly to Nidara yourselves and confront her. It's your choice.
We have god power, so let's go.
Hold on.
I'm gonna beat her ass.
No, hold on. We gotta do this smart.
Yeah, I feel like smart may be the way to play this. Oh boy.
Do you have any idea on where our other selves might be at this point in time?
I don't know exactly where all of them are, but I do have some useful information to give you. I can tell you that Havelock stays in one place. He pretty much has sequestered himself in a monastery. I can give you a map to there. When it comes to Roderick, he does tend to roam, but he mostly stays in civilization. I'm sure you can find him if you head closer to the center of the continent. It won't be hard to find the trail of songs and, well, afterglow that he tends to leave in his wake.
Oh boy.
Uh, I say we find our other selves and get more information before we continue forward.
That's probably a good idea.
Well, if you would like to go see Roderick, your best bet is to go south. If you would like to try and make contact with Havelock, you'll need to travel through the Mistlands to reach his monastery. I do know a path that will cut you through most of the danger, but it does require some interesting trials to get through. If you wish, you can simply ride through the Mist Gate. It'll be a more direct route, but you'll face more resistance from the creatures that reside above ground.
Oh.
Isn't there a town outside of, or isn't there a city outside of Clydesdale? It's a little bit bigger, where we might be able to gather some more information as well. Prepare ourselves for a journey.
If you ride to the west, you will of course find the Fort Caer Bronlin, where the governor's men reside. The riders there may be able to give you some information. I'm sure they have news. Further west is the Honeysuckle Inn. There's not really much of a town there, but a few cabins and huts dedicated to hosting the merchants who keep that place up and running for travelers. So yes, you do have some alternatives.
What do you guys think?
I think we need all the information we can get if we can figure out what Richie's doing.
That would probably be best, because it doesn't seem like we remember this place the way that we thought we did.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mylon stands up and pushes her chair in. I intend to stay here at the library with Renaud. I've already spoken with him, and he's told me about the seed that he gave you. That way we can stay in contact.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also need my help if you intend to go through the tunnels to the east. I've set up some barriers there to ward off any foul beasts that may take up residence and decide to strike out against the town.
I suppose a map would be in order.
Either way, you have time to make your choice. Come and see me at the library whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Mylon bows, gives a kind of awkward Christian side hug to Tiffany, and exits the tavern.
Oh, before she leaves, I kind of want to like catch her arm, like as she's going to go,
You do.
and I want to ask her a question. I want to say, so Milo, when we were playing together, was that fun for you? Was that okay? Did you enjoy that?
Honestly, it was the most terrifying experience of my life, but having you there made it so much more bearable. There's nothing quite like knowing that you have a god at your back, even if, and she looks you over for a moment, they're not exactly what you expect when you meet them in the flesh.
I kind of like beam a little bit, and I let her go.
She smiles back at you before leaving.
Well, that was awkward.
Well,
Yep.
looks like we've got a world to save.
Yeah, I'm deeply confused. Because if you guys connected with your old characters and they were real people here and you just sort of mind linked to them, what the fuck was I doing?
The same thing, but to everyone else.
You not get how deeply terrifying that is, like as a concept.
I am beginning to get how deeply terrifying that is as a concept, considering that I can just make people feel things. Apparently.
Think about it as you are like the narrator in Dragon Ball Z at the beginning and the end of each episode, but you're just constantly there.
Either
Think of
that.
it as if I never took you up on watching Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's more like she's the Dark Lord.
Shut up.
She's the Dark Lord Sauron and Voldemort and like 4 other bad guys all rolled into one. That's who you were.
I'm not a bad guy.
Oh, shit.
But you were when we played the game.
Guys, this is gonna get ugly. Oh boy.
Stop it. Oh my god. My phone. Stop. Just making noise.
I wasn't a happy child. So
I will say, if you thought it, it probably happened in this world.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Because like what Mylone was getting at was that if while Tiffy was playing, she thought, "I really gotta pee." Mylone heard that. If Shannon thought, "Man, I really kind of have the hots for Reggie," the Dark Lord, not Sauron, heard that.
Oh no. So
um,
these
that's
poor characters are just like, what the fuck?
I don't think she had the hots for Reggie like at the time.
That's fair.
She has them now, but that's a wholly separate problem.
Oh boy. Ah, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Yikes.
The council has awarded this multiple yikes.
But this snake is just barely poking his little snoot out of my sweater.
Look at that snoot.
Him a good boy.
But good boy. It took him a while to like find a spot he liked and settle down.
So, there you are, seated around a table in a rustic tavern, just kind of quietly shitting yourselves.
We're gonna need another round of drink.
I'm gonna drink like
Strongest drink you've got.
The town bard begins to lightly strum on his instrument. I'll see if this properly plays. Oh, I think it is.
It is a little. There it goes.
Is that quiet or loud for you?
That's good.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Actually, I'll say everybody make me a wisdom check.
Wisdom, you say? Well.
Let's see. How am I good at that? Probably not.
Oh, I only have the one.
Just the one for me too.
Anyone else want to try?
I'll give it a go. What skill are we rolling?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
was.
Oh, that's a rip.
I accidentally just closed my sheet.
Marcus has no idea what anime opening this.
Oh, great.
Those of you who got one success, you know that this song is Sumerian in origin. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you know there was never any goddamn Sumerian in Shannon's game.
I didn't even know what that was until, like, freshman year of high school.
Oh shit.
We'll roll it, though, because I just pulled up my character sheet.
Oh, 2 successes.
Ooh, good.
Shannon, you know that this is the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I sit there and I'm listening hard.
You don't speak Sumerian, but you recognize the tone of the song and you know what it's about. This man is singing about the ancient days when the stars were first lit, as though they were candles in the darkness.
Guys, this is Sumerian. This is a Sumerian epic.
Like from
When I wrote it when I was a kid.
so
I
like
didn't
from
know about this until high school.
so this is like an ancient Earth song that. Oh, curiouser and curiouser.
That's
Why
isn't
does it
that, where is that? It's by like Egypt or something.
Iraq,
Where is
honey.
that?
It's like Iraq, Iran area.
Right, that's in the Middle East.
Geography was never your strong suit, Tiffy.
No, it was not.
This bard sucks.
Oh god.
So there's two options here. Either the world kept growing with after I stopped actively growing it. Knowledges I didn't gain until later. Or it was always its own entity. And it's somehow connected to our world.
It kind of sounded like the second one.
So
I
come
was
with
thinking about Earth things.
come with me if you will. Like come on this journey with me through thought real quick.
Right?
So we're here. Like we're actually here. Like have you pinched yourself yet? Like it hurts.
I don't know. That fight we had kind of hurt a little bit.
Yeah. So let's for just a minute assume that we're not hallucinating. And we're actually here. And that Reggie has an ancient artifact that got us here. Because there was that thing on the internet that I didn't pay attention to. But like this has happened to other people before. At least once. Maybe, just maybe, the world that we're in now is connected to ours. Like, actually connected to ours. I think you're onto this, Shannon. I think you're getting the right idea.
We just occasionally the gods of this world. Like when we cross over. Tiffy's character said we do.
So we just pop in whenever we decide to have a session.
Just tourists.
Yeah.
That means we're not in fucking control of any of it.
Or we are when we're here. But it moves
no
on.
more than we are, like, as any normal person living and breathing in the world. Like, yeah, it's tangible now. We can touch it. We can influence it. But I can't rewrite the plot this time, guys. We need to go. We need to tap our heels and leave.
Have you tried rewriting the plot?
Okay, granted, I have not.
Well,
What do you want me to just go outside and...
what if us being here is us rewriting the plot?
See, the problem with that is, I was our DM. I wrote the plot. I wrote the world. And I did not decide that this is what we were going to do today.
Well, you wrote the world, but you didn't write the whole story.
Oh, you guys had your part, but we ended up here through a circumstance that I didn't have my hands on that wheel, guys.
Yeah, it looks like Reggie has her hands on the wheel now.
She's just taking her turn DMing.
Looks like it.
Not only did she have the audacity to brush her hair and get some makeup game and make me confused about this later portion of my life, but now she's gonna take...
Oh, really?
Look, shut up. I'm having a whole crisis. It's a whole crisis.
Oh, no. Shannon having a goddamn fight.
Look. Threw me off my game, and then what? She stole my plot notes. That's two things I don't like. I'm gonna foot so far up her ass. Jim Henson's gonna call her, then offer her a fucking job. Done.
Well,
Okay, Marcus is right for one. We need to gather some more information, and then we need to take the quickest route we can to Reggie, which sounded like the Mist Gate, whatever.
Marcus, when Shannon says that you're right, a piece of fair gold is essentially downloaded into your inventory.
Well then, I never thought I'd see today Shannon actually admitted that she was wrong about something. I know I felt the cold breeze this morning, but I didn't know where it came from.
Came from hell, it froze over, and then we ended up here.
Well, I mean, if you're just gonna say it out loud.
oh boy. Friends.
Well, Reggie got makeup game and stole half a lifetime's worth of creative notes. Marcus was right. Next Tiffy's gonna get a job. So...
Isn't that what we were here to do?
Look, Heather, so that just leaves you. You want to talk about it, Jeremy?
I don't. I have no idea what's going on with this, actually.
I had to teach you how to pee this afternoon.
Yeah, that was awkward. That was real awkward.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
I appreciate your sentiment, Tiffy, but I don't think it does.
All kind of seem like ideal versions of ourselves right now, and I happen to notice. No, some things were rearranged.
Yeah, apparently. Still figuring that one out.
Okay, so we're all confused there.
Yep.
Right, well, we're here when you wanna...
When I figure it out, I'll discuss it or not.
The dwarf who you had been drinking with previously just kind of awkwardly turns around and drinks in another direction.
See? That man has the right idea.
Yeah, man, I'm with you in spirit.
You were the one who decided to bring up the awkwardness.
Just making sure you're okay.
I feel great.
Right, as long as you feel great.
Yeah. Waitress, I'm gonna need a bottle of whatever you have that is higher ABV than this.
Top shelf.
Make that 5.
Sorry, we've only got one shelf. If you want anything better, you'll have to go somewhere nicer.
I didn't say better, I said stronger.
You get the impression that this is very much a one-horse town, as it were, despite being named after a horse. Shannon did not put a lot of thought into Clydesdale. No offense.
No.
All right, let's.
I have to apologize for this one. Remember, I wrote the world when I was 14. I only like sampled beer like once.
Well, not everything can be said in
Probably gonna be kind of homogenous throughout. I don't think you're gonna get anything stronger. I had no concept.
Let's just get out of here and find who we need to find.
Yeah.
Get a map, get supplies, and let's just go.
Yeah, let's go find Havelock.
All right. So, just to refresh what you were told a moment ago, Havelock is in a monastery somewhere either in or beyond the Mistlands. Mylone has a map for you. But she says that the safer way is going to be to go through the tunnels, but you don't have to go through the tunnels if you don't feel comfortable with that. You can simply ride through the Mistlands. You'll just have to fight more.
Okay, fighting.
Yeah. Tunnels have never been good in fiction.
Okay.
I really don't want to die in this world. I've seen Sword Art Online. It's pretty bad.
But you've got power armor and a shit.
No one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
But you've got power.
Look, you die in the game, you die for real. That's what's gonna happen, alright?
We're not just gonna all have an aneurysm in Jeremy's hotel room. That is not gonna be what happens.
I mean,
Oh, shit.
Reggie said that she got the game from eBay, and some other kids played it, and what, disappeared?
For 2 years.
Alright, did they come back? Are they alive?
For 2 years. What happened after 2 years?
I guess they came back.
Did they?
What, didn't say shit?
She said they disappeared for 2 years. I assume that meant they came back after 2 years.
You can make an intelligence check to see if you remember more details about the story.
That's not me, but I'll try.
yeah, I'll see.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
That was
Oh, I
wrong.
got one.
I rolled too many dice. Hang on. I still got one.
Oh, there we go. Marcus, remember.
Marcus spends a lot of fucking time on the internet, so that makes perfect sense. So, supposedly, and this is something that you would have gotten a pretty sumptuous amount of information about, Marcus, because you've been on, like, the paranormal boards on 4chan and shit. You go to some pretty weird lockdown places on Reddit. The rest of you know it was a pretty big story in the news that these kids called the Stafford Six disappeared, and 2 years later, 5 of them came back. 1 of them came back without an arm.
Oh.
So that's what you know with one success. With the rest of the successes, Marcus, yeah, you do know that, yeah, the 5 of them came back. They do still exist in the world, to the best of your knowledge, but all the interviews they've ever done, it's like some weird psychological shit. None of them has ever said anything about what happened to them. Not a single word.
Alright, I'm gonna tell you this right now, off of what I know. The kids who came back, they got fucked up real bad. So when I tell you, if we die here, we die for real. Okay?
One of them is actually a best-selling novelist. His book has recently been optioned for a movie. His name is Chuck. He's one of the Stafford Six. So, like, these people occupy space in your world. Like, they exist just nobody talks about what happened to them.
That's disconcerting.
All right. All right.
I'm in favor of not die.
I'm in
Yeah,
favor
not
of not
dying sounds
die.
good.
You in the wrong world for that, son.
But look, we didn't get powers for no reason, and I had a good time.
Look,
You know, fighting
power
stuff.
death
Just
is death. Maiming is maiming.
So don't die. That was our plan every time we played in Stories.
yeah, rule number 1: don't die.
We also had magic, clerics, healing potions, shit like that. What the fuck do we have now? Some magical Power Ranger bullshit.
I can do that.
Marcus has been like Jedi mind tricking people. Or not Marcus.
haven't.
Heather's been Jedi mind tricking people. That's magic.
Mainly you.
I've got, according to everything that I figured out, all sorts of people on call that I can make things happen with.
My spear burns with magical fire when I get mad. So
And
Magic.
and you have all this weeb shit technology that is totally magic.
Yeah, that's
But
magic.
can we heal?
dream
Yes, we can heal.
well.
Yet
How?
Tiffy.
Shirelia's totally got our back on that. It's fine.
Oh wait. Okay. Cool. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Oh, I just had a thought. So, when all that cool shit happens that I did, like with the spiders and stuff, just expect we might need to take a bit of a side quest.
Like, oh. Okay, I got you.
You don't get something for nothing.
I haven't, I'm not really like a big one on introspection, but what I've figured out so far is that I think my powers get stronger when I'm mad, like the Hulk, but hot. And
So like Red Hulk.
You mean She-Hulk?
No,
don't
like Red Hulk.
but powers are tied to me being pissed off. This is gonna be a cakewalk.
I'm good at pissing people off.
Oh yeah, you are.
I'm good at making people feel other things too.
No shit.
Man, you guys are being really negative about this whole thing. It's really clouding my aura.
Yeah, I'm sure, Tiffy, and I'm sorry about that. But at least now you know that all of the crap that you say actually works versus how it is in the other world.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Means your horoscopes aren't real. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm actually about it. Like if you think about it on a deep level, like the real world's kind of a
Shithole.
gray capitalist hellscape. And maybe we should get our money's worth. Peyote or whatever.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's do the thing then. Fuck it.
Library. Let's go. We have to get map.
Hey, let's go.
Adventure.
Adventure!
Step. All right, you're at the library. It's a small town.
Just right next door.
I get to reuse this image.
It is a dope image.
I do.
Nah. Sorry if you can hear me chewing. I'm just nibbling on pizza. All right.
I forgot I had candy.
So
I got me some candies too. I got me some Swedish Dash.
I got watermelon gummies.
I almost bought some watermelon gummies.
This
Went to
Gamecast
E-Mart.
brought to you by Haribo.
And Emart.
Also, if Incarnate wants to sponsor me, that's what I made this map with. Send me free monies, please.
Or at least free stuff.
So at this point, in the night, Renaud is kind of, he's snoozing. He's kind of sleeping at a desk, just kind of his head rested against some books. Mylone is standing by a bookcase, just reading through some texts.
She was always good at that. Oh shit, my fish.
Gandalf, I need you to not sniff my pizza, sir. Thank you.
Oh, I feel you, dude. My cat is a fucking cheese fiend. Anything with cheese on it is fair game. It's so bad.
We've got Rosemary, who's just like a food cat.
Gandalf wants to
Half-
sniff
half of
everything,
her personality is just food.
but he'll only eat like 5% of the stuff we actually have.
You just curious?
Yeah, he wants to sniff and inspect everything we're eating, but like he very rarely actually tries to eat it.
That's how Pepper is. Pepper always wants a sniff, and we'll offer her a sniff. Especially things like tea. She just wants to sniff the cup. She doesn't actually want it.
She just wants to sniff the tea.
I'm gonna say that there's a black cat weaving its way through Mylone's legs. It's Renault's cat. Its name is McGonagall.
Ah, I love it! I'm so excited to see his Did he have this cat last time or no?
Yes,
I'm so happy to see this fucking cat. I want to go pet the cat.
you succeed at petting the cat. It loves you.
Yes! Oh! You remember me, don't you? I'm sure you do. All animals are inherently magic.
McGonagall is terrible at meowing and just goes ah!
I missed you too.
Alright, we've all made a decision. We are going to go find Havelock.
Very well. What route would you like to take?
We are going to go through the gate.
Interesting choice. Very well. She hands you a rolled up parchment that she pulls from a tube. And says, "This is the map that you will need." Hands you the tube as well. It shouldn't take you more than... Do you have horses?
No.
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 Holy shit, we could get horses, guys.
Oh yeah.
On foot, it'll probably take you about a week.
But riding?
That with the horses.
Probably only a day or two.
Let's get some horses. I'm guessing that the stable master isn't going to be awake until morning.
Well, you're probably going to want to go to the fort to procure horses. I doubt they'll have enough of what you're looking for here. The horses here are mostly for pulling plows.
Or large wagons full of beer.
Yes, exactly. They take them to the bush gardens where they're bottled.
Yes, of course.
I forgot you wrote that in.
You know, that's where we should go to have a party if we win this thing.
Yeah, sure.
Agreed.
Well, thanks for the map. And hopefully we will leave in the morning to go acquire horses.
He's become wiggly.
He's become what?
Wiggly. He's become wiggly.
Let me get a
Bye, honey.
image of the tavern. Well, the rooms that you'll be able to stay in for the night.
Thank you.
Oh, I hear Hunter freaking the fuck out playing Final Fantasy.
Is he enjoying it?
Yes, he loves it. He's cried like 3 or 4 times already.
That's a ringing endorsement.
What a baby.
Last night,
Like
I
the other
actually
day.
rage quit the remake.
Did you really? What happened?
I got to the
No
Hell House.
spoiler.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he's gotten there yet.
No.
Do you remember the part in Final Fantasy VII where you have to fight an actual fucking house?
Oh.
Yes, I do remember that. In the slums?
Yeah, it's a boss fight in this game, and it's an asshole.
Oh no. It
Mm,
wasn't great in the first one either.
no, it was not. All
That's
the things I
interesting.
remember. Okay,
I'm
fine.
interested to see how this house turns out.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, it's an asshole.
Understandable.
I'm gonna do
It's-
it. All right. Can
Understandable.
we take a quick fiver? Like
Yeah.
a quick bio break.
That is fine by me.
Cool.
That'll
Cool.
give me time to fetch an image.
I will be right back.
We will be right back. And we're back. Okay.
Welcome back.
I have my appropriately in character flagon.
Very in character. Very nice.
Thanks, Ars Morandi 3D.
Damn it, I know that's something.
So, you have the map. You have everything you need to get started. But you've decided to leave tomorrow. And what you have here is the inside of what a very small town's inn looks like. And each of you can get a room like this, or you can just get a bunch of beds together and share one room. It's all up to you.
Let's just share, guys. I'm scared.
Yeah,
That's-
we can have a sleepover like we used to in the treehouse.
Before we, hit puberty and our parents wouldn't let us anymore.
This is awkwardly really like giving me a treehouse vibe too.
Is it because it's a shithole?
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
I mean, it's no offense, Marcus. It was a treehouse.
Get your game on.
No, we're not doing this again.
But it's like a treehouse, but with real beds, and not just like those sleeping bags that really were not intended to be used in March.
Ah, man, I can't believe I blew my load on fucking slimes that played caramel dancing when I could have had ogres that play Smash Mouth.
Yep, you could.
You could still have that. I'm sure.
Yeah,
we
you could have said
bullshit like
nothing
that
and
all
kept
the
that in your back pocket.
It's gonna happen anyway, and it's gonna be dope.
Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep.
So do we all just put our bedrolls in like a defensive circle?
You certainly may.
Shannon's laying there so what happens when we go to sleep here? Because, it's only kind of real. Do we still dream? Is it like Inception?
Oh, maybe
What
we
if we
see like prophecies or something in our sleep.
If we
have,
did
like,
peyote here,
wars.
then where would we go?
These are all great questions.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Going to
Remember,
bed.
kids, the moral of the story is do drugs.
And see what happens.
Demonetized too.
420.
I'll tell you actually exactly what happens if you do hallucinogens in this world. Oh man, I don't think it's gonna work. Shit. Yeah, damn. It's not gonna let me put in the scary Shrek picture.
Oh.
All right. You got lucky this time. 404, monster not found.
That's funny.
Shannon lays there and asks asinine questions until Heather's like, you know what, shut the fuck up, go to bed.
Heather actually lays there and has a deep discussion, kind of like doing a Scrubs with Shannon.
Doing a Scrubs?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love those.
In full Sam Jackson monologue. Go the fuck to sleep.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Rainy, no.
That's
Oh no.
terrifying. Why does that exist?
His boss theme is "You Got That."
Oh.
We get a cool remix of I Need a Hero.
Woo!
Yes, but it's entirely in the minor key.
And not until way later.
Because she said C minor, put it in C minor, and then the whole thing plays in G minor.
That is awesome.
I'm a hero.
Jonathan Young actually has a great remix of that.
I'm holding up for a hero too. I love Bonnie Tyler. She's so good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, as soon as anyone complains about the jabber, though, Shannon's like, sleep over.
Yeah, you're not
Drinking the
supposed to
nostalgia.
sit at a sleepover. We gotta ask ourselves important questions about the universe and ourselves.
But tomorrow we also have a really long fucking walk. I'm starting to see Marcus's point.
You do indeed. Cue tomorrow morning. So, let's see. It took you about...
Oh, I just heard Hunter say real bad Japanese.
I'll say it's going to take you the... I'm going to say that the map here is not precisely to scale.
As
It's going to take you about a day to get to Care Bronland.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you'd be able to walk to the Mistlands in a day, and that's like, that's not what I intended.
hey, fantasy maps are never drawn to scale, so it's alright. It's, you know, Jim Bob cartographer's best guess.
Boom.
Jim Bob cartographer.
You can always do what I did, and the eastern seaboard changes every time you draw it because, you know, you just can't remember how you did it last time, and you just, in canon, blame the moon and
Hey.
say that the tides keep changing the coast.
That's fair.
And it's just not your fault anymore, just like that.
That's fair.
yeah.
It's kind of like in Homestuck, where Hussey was like, Aradia has the magical power of her horns changing to however they're easiest to draw at the time.
I'm going to say for a normal person, it's going to be about a 10-hour walk to Care Bronland. So what I would like you to do
Power
is
walk.
roll me a D8 plus 4. I guess only one person has to roll. So yeah, it's going to take you 11 hours.
Eh.
And that's fair because you're not really familiar with this landscape from a first-person perspective.
I feel like our paragons are better at walking this kind of distance than we are.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry to cough in y'all's ears there.
You're good.
So it's relatively quiet, nice walk. There's really no monsters for you to have to worry about. You see a couple people on horseback with sigils on their shields, and you recognize them as, you know, guardsmen belonging to the fort. And it seems like this area is patrolled pretty regularly.
That's upscale for, like, medieval fantasy.
That's pretty well protected.
You'll remember too that this is kind of like the eastern, like, heartland. So it's like right in the middle of this nation, but like on the right side of their borders.
So we're in, like, the starting zone.
Yeah, essentially.
Stay on the road and no random encounters.
Pretty much.
Welcome to Mire. Stay on the road.
Oh.
Care Bronland is not really much of a town, as much as it is kind of just a garrison for the riders there. It's mostly a military outpost, though there are some tents and stuff outside where caravans sell stuff that they've got on their way to their greater destination. People stop there on the way between Clydesdale and Honeysuckle and vice versa. It just seems like a generally pretty busy place, despite most people not being allowed actually inside the walls.
Oh.
Do I sense any fair gold around?
Yes. As a matter of fact, you sense 2 pieces of fair gold.
How close?
Very close. By the time you reach Care Bronland, it is, we'll say, 8 p.m. So it's getting close to the end of the day. You spent most of the day walking. I assume the rest of you are probably going to try and find refreshments, food, water, things like that. But Marcus, you are able to sense the presence of fair gold. There's 2 pieces of it in a rucksack behind a stall.
Making a beeline for the rucksack.
All right. And how do you want to do this?
Kind of, looking around, seeing if, anyone's paying attention.
So there is a merchant there, but he is currently looking the other way, bent over, putting away some of his wares for the night.
What's he selling?
And
Mostly low grade, like kitchenware, forks, knives, pewter mugs, the kind of shit you see at like a Ren fair, wooden bowls.
the rucksack is near his stall.
Yeah, it's behind it.
Don't get us into a fight, Marcus. We need to buy things first.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Activating stealth field.
Now, here's the problem.
That
Your stealth field requires gold to activate, and at the start of every single day, fair gold disappears.
Oh no!
So you are currently at 0 fair gold.
Mightn't it be better for us to try to acquire that tomorrow? Early in the morning.
It might not be here in the morning.
Let's find out. Can I do my shit real quick?
Yes.
So I walk over to the merchant
Okay.
and straighten myself up and toss my cloak sort of over my shoulder in sort of an elegant way. Greetings, sir.
He stands up and stops putting stuff away, and he greets you with a jovial smile. He says, welcome. Coming in on the last wagons? What can I do for you?
Well, my compatriots and I are getting ready to go for the evening. We were wondering if you're going to be here in the morning.
Oh, I'll be leaving in the morning. I won't be running my stall in the morning.
Interesting. We are,
If there's anything you like, I can certainly sell it to you now, but everything's put away.
let me speak to my compatriots. We need to assess what we need. But I hold that thought for just a moment.
Yes, please, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Kind of circle back to the group and kind of motion them over.
He's gonna be gone, isn't he?
Oh yeah. So let's get a quick inventory check for this adventure, because I have a feeling that at some point we're going to have to provide for ourselves.
All right.
Does anybody have a backpack?
What? No. What? What do you mean provide for ourselves?
You remember
This needs
trail
to
rations?
Explain to her in detail.
You remember how we had to track like trail rations and shit like that until somebody got create food and water?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said that your shit comes at a price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what is it? Just like, break that down for me. Does that work like, okay, so you owe them a favor afterwards, and it's kind of like a mob debt where somebody might break your kneecaps if you don't pay it back?
It's almost exactly like that, yes.
So let's not do that for mundane shit.
I'm going to interject here to point out that while you have had ale, none of you has actually had a meal since you got here, and none of you are hungry.
I thought we ate at the tavern in
You
Clydesdale.
may have eaten if you choose to, but
We had some food. at the
your
time.
your body does not actually require food while you are here.
That's dope.
Does it require sleep?
Honestly, no, but your sanity might take a hit if you stay awake forever.
I feel like also not eating and not drinking might do the same thing.
It's kind of crystal gem rules. You can sleep and eat if you want to, Some of you may choose to eschew that. Others will maybe it'll help you feel more normal.
I'm just saying that, and even if we don't require food and drink, you know what will? Horses.
Horses. Good point. The horses are not paragons.
Yeah, we may be super cool and crazy and badass, but maybe we don't want to be like the trash nightmare Mary Sue characters.
That is absolutely fair.
I'm putting that out there. Also,
Shannon has put it together that she doesn't need to eat because ale is like beer is just liquid bread. And maybe she's been sustained by alcohol for a longer amount of time than this.
I feel like
I don't think anything feels off to her yet.
I don't think Jeremy really has had to not do that before. I think Jeremy's lived off of peanut butter and beer for a period of his life too.
Aren't you like a chronic bachelor?
Well,
Oh,
he
no.
doesn't have a family, if that's what you're asking. In true
Like you
edge.
live alone in a one bedroom and you eat peanut butter straight out of the jar with a fistful of saltines, and that's like kosher.
Actually, you don't know anything about what Jeremy's life is like outside of him just calling you in for this.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get those coins, even if I have to be up early in the morning to get them. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, why don't we see about arranging for some horses, or even better, a place to stay for the night? Because when the night goes down, or when the night falls and, there's a fort, you want to be in it, not outside of it.
That's probably true.
I'm smelling a random encounter.
Hmm?
That's the kind of shit Reggie would do.
Wait a minute.
Hear an evil snicker on the wind.
Wait. Care Bronwyn. Wait a minute. Did we have that fucking bar fight here with our characters the first time we got here?
Probably. All of you are pretty abrasive.
Oh, wow.
Abrasive.
Well, I am the only one out of the three of us who's not gotten into a fist fight with anyone else in the party.
If I remember correctly, your wizard got drunk and decided to cast a spell that didn't go well last time. That is why the bar fight happened.
It's a good thing we're not those people.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no recollection of the situation.
Wait.
Bullshit. Yes, you do.
Wait. This is Care Bronlin, right?
Yes.
Oh, crap. So this was the place where we did all that stupid shit as players because it was our first time playing the game, and we were just like, I'm in the bar getting drunk.
Yeah, probably.
This is where we all had that new RPG player. What do you mean I can do anything, and we didn't understand consequences yet? Let's not bring up any of those people while we're here.
Hopefully. Now that we're nice and seasoned and totally responsible adults, that won't be a problem.
Also, we're totally different people.
They won't recognize us.
Okay, how about this? 2 of us go acquire horses and whatever else we need, and 2 of us go look for a place to stay.
Alright, Tiff, let's go get some horses.
I love horses.
I love horses too. This is gonna be dope.
Alright, Marcus. Looks like it's you and me, buddy.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Back on another whirlwind side quest.
All right, who's going for horses and who's going for place to stay?
Horses. Tiff and Shannon.
All right, we'll go with horse group first. How would you like to search for your horses?
Go into town and ask.
Oh, that's fair.
All right, you approach the gates of Care Bronlin. There are guardsmen stationed on the walls. They hold up a hand and say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Paragons. We're paragons. and we need some horses.
The guards kind of look at each other for a minute, like, what the fuck do we do?
I
No
look
one
over.
covered this training.
I lean over to Shannon. I was like, "You don't think we could have been a little more subtle?"
Why do we need to be subtle? If we're like God sent, they should show us the horses.
Yeah.
Don't they want their world saved?
One of the guards leaves, and the other one just kind of leans over the wall with both hands and just goes, "Hold on a minute."
No problem.
What was I supposed to give a speech?
No. We gotta keep a low profile or whatever.
Fine.
Like,
Marcus and Heather.
Profile.
Yes.
Have you seen us? This is not a low profile.
Yeah, you're right.
You're hunting for a
All
place to sleep at the night.
Yep.
What do you do?
Are we watching this thing go down at the gate? Because I assume there's no other way in.
Yeah. The majority of people are camped outside the walls. Like I said, it's not really so much of a town. Think of it like Fort Eustis, but way smaller. Way smaller. Like there's room just for the people who work there. However, there are people outside the walls because it's lit up. There's no monsters here. It's a good place to rest until they get to somewhere better.
So you're telling me that there's like a crappy tent city outside this fort?
Yeah, kind of like a LARP camp out.
Okay, dope. All
Hey,
right.
Jimmy. If memory serves me correct, I think the last time we were here, there was a asshole guard captain that kind of reminded me of John Cleese's character in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, like the French guy that was on top of the castle.
Oh yeah. Because I remember because we had watched that movie and we watched it like 15 times that weekend. Yeah.
I think we're going to see that character here at some point.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen, and I don't think we want any part of that. I think we should let Shannon experience her own GMing. You know, first.
You know what? I'm kind of upset I don't have a chair and popcorn to watch this whole fiasco.
Yeah, come on. There's got to be like one of the old ox drivers or that one guy who looks like Billy Bob Thornton still hanging out. He'll help us out.
God, that guy.
Yeah, he'll help us out. I've got a pouch full of gold coins. I think we'll be okay.
Where did you get a pouch full of gold coins?
It showed up in my inventory. It's not like magic gold. It's just like money.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask any more questions about that. Let's just go.
If we need money, we'll get money.
Pretty quickly, you're able to notice that there are a group of tents kind of clustered in a semicircle that have some belly dancers outside, as well as a few musicians. And
why does this seem oddly familiar?
One of the belly dancers winks at Marcus.
This seems even more familiar.
Vagrants, awesome.
We'll cut back over to Shannon and Tiffany. After a couple of minutes, the original guardsman comes back to the wall, leans over, and says, "Guard captain says we don't need any more paragons. He's already got one."
What? He's already got one.
Who? What paragon?
The good one.
Tell me that bitch's name.
Just kind of ducks under the parapet for a second, whispers.
Insulting. You're taking too long. That's hesitation.
He says he's already got one. It's good enough for him, and he doesn't need any more. So go away.
Oh, I remember why we were such pricks in this town before.
Because the town was pricks first? It's because the whole town is pricks?
Well, this is what you get for being a vindictive GM.
Another guard walks up to the two guards, and he seems to just be observing.
And then calls back up to the guards. Hey, how about we make a bet?
They just stare at you. They don't even reply.
I bet that I can kick that gate down with my Paragon powers.
Oh, this is what happened last time, Shannon.
If I win, we go inside the town.
Shannon's.
If you win, I kick it again.
They talk amongst each other for a few seconds.
Or you could open it and I'll go inside and buy some horses and we'll leave.
One of the guards who was observing comes down to the gate and beckons you closer.
Walk a little closer.
Shannon, why was this a good idea?
It wasn't a good idea. It was just an idea.
He holds up a torch so that he can get a better look at you. He curls his fingers around the bars of the portcullis and kind of leans in close. And then he looks up at the other two. He calls up and he says, I don't think they're lying. I think they might actually be Paragon.
Well,
light
I am
my
glowing
spear
like the sun, so I hope so.
I light my spear up and just plant it.
He walks over to a valve kind of deal and just starts spinning it, and the portcullis begins to raise for you.
I unflame my spear.
They're Paragons! Open the gates! Yeah, but they're assholes! Close the gates! Yeah, but they're gonna save the world! Open the gate a little!
It's fine. They let us in.
You get the sense that these guardsmen are quite bored. They don't see a lot of action.
Oh, well. Hopefully they won't see much while we're here either.
They one of them, the one who opened the gate for you, the one who seems like he's actually good at his job, leads you over to the stables. And that's where we'll cut back over to Heather and Marcus. The dancing girl is attempting to convince you to come closer.
All right, this is really starting to creep me out. I'm getting a very big deja vu feel here. I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't remember.
I take a good hard look at this dancing girl and try to remember. Wait, didn't something fucky happen the last time we were here?
Did it?
Something fucky did kind of happen. However, the dancing girl was initially kind of a tease by Shannon. She actually has the face of Marcus's high school crush. This is
Wait.
someone that Roderick actually slept with.
Wait up. That bitch. I think we should find somewhere else.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to bite at everything.
I really don't like the feeling of this. Let's just keep going. Don't make eye contact. Just keep walking.
Hey, wait.
The dancing girl kind of rushes up to Marcus and grabs his arm. She says, "Please, I know Paragons have gold. I need this. I have a son, and it's just him and I. Is there anything you can spare?"
I reach into my purse and pull out 5 gold coins.
Nice.
And I just kind of offer them.
She takes them with nothing but thanks. You can see in her eyes she's definitely she's desperate for the money.
Okay, this is going a lot differently than what I remembered, or what I'm trying to remember.
Well, we left here after that, remember?
You mean after the bar fight?
Yeah, and after you know, that happened.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, that. Remember that? Yeah, so, oh, that's awkward for you. Let's go.
Yikes. That's a big yikes.
Why is her spear on fire?
Why are they opening the gate? Why are they closing the gate?
Why
is it opening a little?
Well, we did the thing. We sort of righted a wrong in a very non-committal way, so let's go see what the fuck is happening over here.
Actually, the dancing girl that you paid
Yeah.
asks you what your business here is.
Looking
We're
for...
trying to find.
Go ahead.
We're looking for a place to sleep tonight. We're also buying horses to leave.
Well, if you're looking for a safe place to sleep, you can sleep in the performer's tent with us. It's large enough for more than a few people.
All right.
You can see that at the back of this semicircular group of like dancing mats and tents and things like that, there's a couple guards in kind of your standard Middle Eastern, like Agrabah guard, turbans and scimitars kind of garb. But the main tent in the back appears to be like a staging area for the guards and carabineers and dancers. And it looks like there are only about 12 people here, but the tent could easily hold about 20.
Do you think we're going to find anywhere better than this?
And I don't think we're going to find safer companions than demigods.
Wait, what do you mean safer?
Well, I wouldn't just invite any random person in my tent. The last time I did that, she just kind of trails off. And we'll go back to Tiffany and Shannon.
That's a big fucking parallel, yikes. Alright.
The council may award more than one for that.
Alright, so they open the gate a little.
They definitely opened the gate enough for you to get in.
Okay.
But you're escorted over to the stables, and the stable master comes out, and it looks like he's just finished mucking out the stable. And he sees you two approach, and he's not a dumb hillbilly. He knows what a demi looks like. He says, "What brings you to our humble port?"
I kind of like put my arm on Shannon as like I got this time. I say we're looking for some horses to travel with.
Make me a charisma check.
Let's see what my charisma is. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, let's see. Hey.
That definitely gets it. He nods in understanding and says, "Where are you headed?"
We're heading through the Mistlands.
Oh. So we won't be getting these horses back then. Well, I can fit you with a couple of draft horses. Do you need any additional supplies, water?
It would be most helpful.
Understood. How long do you think you'll be on the road?
I think we were told it's going to take about a week to get where we're going.
Well, these aren't exactly made for racing, so add another day or two to that. But that shouldn't be a problem. We'll get you outfitted in the morning.
Thank you. How much do we need to pay for everything?
You just put a good word in for me.
All right.
He kind of like nods and then turns around. He's like, "Yes."
Who would you like me to put a word in with? And about whom?
Whichever one judges souls in the next life, I guess.
Oh, don't you worry about that. We're tight.
Marvelous.
And
I've got a lot of regrets.
well, most people do. And your name, sir?
His name is Hugh Man NPC.
Human. That's rough.
It's only the second worst name that's just been like pulled out of the aether.
How is that spelled?
There you go.
I'm gonna write that down.
Oh God.
For that time, I was like you guys were hounding me for an NPC name, and I was like, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Just make up something. It's just some awkward, stupid name. And Laura goes, Glannard Frugner.
I do remember that.
Never again. I'll always have a name.
Oh, well, you say that. I can't wait for you to meet the elven war.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus.
Human NPC is like the most common name in this world, by the way. It's just
Yeah, it's John Smith.
yeah.
I was gonna throw out a name if you couldn't think one. This one better.
Feel free to toss that out the next time we have an NPC. We need a name.
I will type it in for you. There you go.
Ilya?
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So you have your certificate of horse. I assume you meet up with Heather and Marcus.
Heather's just like holding it back a little bit. Like she's trying not to laugh right now.
Hands like what?
Oh man.
Get
Oh.
off the horse. What?
You raggedy bitch.
What?
Oh,
what happened?
well, we found a place to stay with the dancers.
Why did you?
We found a place to stay with the dancers.
Oh, that's excellent.
What's the problem, Marcus? What's his problem, Heather?
It's not Marcus's problem.
What?
It's Roderick's. So you remember what happened the last time we were in Care Bronlin, right?
Besides the bar fight?
Yeah, besides the bar fight, there was the part that happened after.
Refresh my memory.
I'm not ringing any bells.
We all went to the dancers' tent.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. What's the problem?
As the party speaks, a small boy makes his way over to the group.
Tiffy, remember how we were all 14 and thought sex was like the coolest thing we'd ever heard of, but never had?
Yeah.
And you know what happens when two people have sex, right? Like the outcome.
Yeah.
A small hand tugs at Marcus's shirt.
Oh, that's really cute.
I-
Oh no.
I looked down.
It's the son of the dancer. He has a small ball. Looks like
Just stay still. Their vision's based on movement.
Oh no.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. This is all your goddamn fault.
he holds the ball up to you.
Oh
Boy.
I take the ball.
His mother kind of hurriedly comes up behind him and scoops him up. And she apologizes to you and she says, idolizes heroes. He wants to play.
Yeah. Exactly whose child is that, if you don't mind me asking?
She she looks at her son, and he he's like the spitting image of a young Roderick. She says, "Well, one night after a particularly eventful evening, a one of the bards of legend managed to, well, woo his way into my heart. I haven't seen him since, but he left me this one, so at least I have a gift to remember him by."
Slowly turning my head to look at Shannon with pure hatred in my eyes.
You know, like how you feel like that's my fault? But it's not my fault. It's your fault.
Well, you know, we do know where Roderick kind of is hanging out.
Well, let's go collect that child support payment.
Well, it looks like we're going south instead.
No, we're not deviating from the plan.
Well,
No, we're deviating from the plan.
No, the fuck we're not.
Fuck it. What's the point of being a demigod if you can't fix a few problems?
I don't think I want to meet the character I created.
Oh no, now we gotta. Now we gotta.
oh man, in for a penny, in for a pound now.
I mean, before
don't
it
know
sounded
where the
boring,
fuck he
but now
is.
it sounds hype. Let's go.
I have no idea where he could be at any given point in time. He's never in one place for more than a day.
In the south, not too far from civilization, according to Milan.
Let's go find the guy we're supposed to find, the one we already committed to. Maybe he knows where to find,
Roderick?
Roderick.
Well, it doesn't look like this dancing troupe is really gonna move. It's been here since we were here the last time.
Yeah. We could just follow the trail of bastards.
Oof.
Sure.
That is officially the name of roads. That is this game's Silk Road.
Roderick's Trail of Bastards?
No, just the Trail of Bastards.
Oh, I feel like that's a little poignant. It's a little topical.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it got its name.
What, is that a bit spicy?
Shannon?
It's a little spicy.
Shannon, when we make it out of this,
You gonna fight
you
me?
had better leave. No, I'm gonna choke the ever living shit out of you, and I'm gonna go to fuck to jail. All right, that's how this shit's gonna go.
I feel like those are the exact words you said last time before I put you flat on your ass.
I was a fucking kid then, not anymore. This is bullshit.
Well, he does have the power of God and anime on his side.
You shut the.
You know what, Marcus? This is the best chance you'll ever have at winning a fight against me. You better do it soon. You better do it before we leave here, because as soon as we get back to the real world, you're gonna be, I don't want to say it, but
What? Say it. Go ahead.
bean looking bitch.
That's it. Fuck it. Fuck the entire place. Fuck this entire plan. Fuck every last one.
Come on, Jolly Green Giant, give me that ass whooping then. Throw down. I'm right here.
What are y'all? I'm out.
Oh god.
Now, everybody calm the fuck down.
Nah, fuck you.
Ooh. This has gotten spicy. Okay. Well, let's think of it as a character building exercise.
What?
Not the fighting, the righting the past wrongs. We all have regrets, and what better way to work them out than in a tabletop game? It's fine.
Why don't you fix that fucking village you burned down last month?
Because that's how we push the narrative arc, and I'm into it.
All right, well, let's go to bed. Good night. I don't like conflict.
Oh god. And then we woke up at home.
Shannon goes to head towards the dancers to, like, settle in for the night.
Yep. Heather
The,
goes
the-
over too.
The dancer's tent is just absolutely marvelous. It's actually better than the inn night. It's still pretty much just like beds of cloth and hay and stuff on the ground, but for one thing, it's perfumed. There's like incense and hookah. Like it's just all around nicer.
It doesn't smell like horse shit.
It does not smell like horse shit.
My favorite.
It doesn't smell like any kind of shit, actually. It smells like flowers.
Ooh, that's the best.
And there's lots of pretty ladies, and there's dudes there. Some of them are muscly, some of them are kind of fat, but they're there.
Wow.
Like, are these patrons, or are they, like...
No, they all pretty much work for the same troop.
Okay.
Some of them are guards, some of them are also performers. They're kind of a hodgepodge group too. Not all of them seem to be from the same place. Like some of them have that kind of like Middle Eastern like look, but some of the other ones look like they're from around this area. Sword swallowers, fire dancers, stuff like that.
Vagrants. Excellent.
Yeah.
This
Is
is
there
like
any degree of privacy to this, though? Like...
Not really.
meh.
I think better of trying to parcel one off for myself somewhere.
Well, there is a forest not far to the north and the west and the east.
How bad do you want? Oh, that's funny.
How bad?
If you've ever been to Ragnarok or Pennsic, it's kind of like you could always go out to the castle.
Oh God.
Gross.
I mean, Shannon's career oriented. It's probably been a while.
Yikes. Well, you know what? Just, fuck it. It's fine.
I'll roll to see if I have any immediate success. If this is a difficult venture, I'm going to give up immediately.
All right, go ahead and make me that charisma check. Or you can make me another check if you want. You can use strength. Try and find the guy who's into muscle girls.
Caveman, somebody.
No, I mean you can flex your muscles for somebody. You could make a dexterity check. You could show them how limber you are.
Raw charisma.
Whatever you want. Hey, that's
Ooh.
Not terrible.
That's a really good success. You get whichever one you want. Or more. I'll say you can have up to as many successes as you have in partners.
Ooh.
Oh.
Individually, at the same time, that's your prerogative.
Take just one off into the woods.
Is it the spooky woods to the east, or is it like the normal to the west and
The
north?
normal woods. I ain't gonna go into the spoopy woods for fucking.
That's good, because premarital sex and marijuana usage don't get you in a good place in the spooky woods.
No, they do not.
They get you.
That's right, and that's never good.
Turns out it's just Ronald Reagan in a mask.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh
God.
man.
No. Yeah, I take a kind of short and dummy thick, dark-haired woman into the woods.
Short and
Oof.
dummy thick.
You try to sneak away, but the clap of her ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Oh boy.
All right. And the night passes without incident, unless anyone else has anything they want to do.
Nah, that's okay.
Nope.
All right.
I try to sneak back into the tent also without like.
Yeah, you managed to do that. I mean, you're an adult. No one's gonna be like, "What were you doing?"
Except
That's
for
exactly
me.
what they do.
Except for
for
the
your party,
party. Yeah.
I was avoiding the party, not like trouble in the woods.
I feel like Heather and Tiffy stay up late smoking hookah.
I would
Stop
do
right
that.
there, criminal scum! You violated my girlfriend.
Shannon tries to like slip back into the tent, but her like, big ass clanky paragon over the top armor is just like clink 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 clink.
Did you wear that while you were doing it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. What a flex.
I'm gonna
I
wait.
took the torso sections off, but I definitely kept the legs and like the pauldrons and shit on.
So, like, a part of the rope from the tent actually gets stuck on your armor, and you don't like pull the tent down or anything, but it takes you like several minutes to get unhooked from it, and it's just like it's obvious to anyone why that is.
Just like, oh god, excuse.
Heather's just sitting there, just watching you come in, just like.
Tiffy is gonna do the same thing, and she's just gonna have that shitty grin that your friend in high school does. Much
Come
like this
in
one.
and set like the whole bulk of my, stupid over the top armor down.
So how
like,
was
what?
your night?
How was yours?
It's
Decided
fine.
to smoke more and just see where we end up next.
It's just hookah.
Glad everybody's having a good time.
Glad you had a good time. You glad you came?
Glad I came. I taste the hookah.
I'll actually interject here. This may not be super important to the plot, but I will say a lot of the uncomfortable parts of coupling with another human being aren't present. They're like, despite the fact that you're effectively living in a tent in the woods, there's no like unfortunate smells or it's a lot easier. It's like the idealized version of that without the messy cleanup or regret.
It's porno sex.
Yeah, essentially.
Regrets.
No regards.
You still feel fine even in that post-nut clarity.
Oh boy. This channel is not for kids.
No.
Never was.
Nope.
No.
I think Marcus is gonna try and try to get that get those 2 fair coins as soon as the
Make me a dex
Done it.
check.
Oh, are you trying to go out?
Woo! He
Oh,
never even knew
shit.
you were there. You get both coins.
Ah, boy.
You can also take whatever else you want, but that's up to you.
Nope, just the coins. That's all I'm here for.
Plus light side points. There's no mechanic for that in this game, but if there were...
Is it more of the you just don't get dark side points?
There's really no morality system in the game. It's all narrative.
Oh, good. That helps out a lot.
It's like if Marcus was like, I dead bitch and smoked that kid, like there's no mechanical drawback to that.
But there
But,
are
like-
consequences.
Oh, of course. It wouldn't be like he could no longer buy from the merchant who only sells to people who have like 2,000 good guy bucks. But it's also not like he's gonna get a message from like the Night Mother.
The town guard is just going to appear out of nowhere. So those coins, huh? Like, nope.
I
That
wonder
horse
what
told
happened
on you.
here.
Must have been the wind.
Oh God! Oh, how horrible would it be if the NPCs acted like NPCs? Like you just kill her son, and she's just like, 5 seconds later, better get back to work then. The kid's just laying dead in the middle of the field. No one acknowledges it.
You know, you can't attack children without mods.
Hey, there you go. But yes, Marcus, you have 2 fair gold. They will last you until midnight.
So,
Would anyone like to do anything until the next day?
I'm good.
All right, cool. Next day, Marcus, you have no fair gold. Would you like to see if you can find any nearby?
I thought I said I was going to wait till morning to get the coin. Like early morning.
So the thing about the coins is they literally all of them disappear from this world at midnight and reappear in new locations.
Oh, that mechanic.
That's fun. It's like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, kinda.
So now I'm just on the hunt for more coins. Got it.
Well, make me a. You can make me any kind of a check you want. What stat do you want to use to find more coins?
I'm guessing that'll be
Go ahead and make me an int check.
intelligence.
Yeah.
So-
Ooh, nice. All right, so yeah, you find some gold. Go ahead and roll me a d6 plus 2. Very nice. You have 5 fair gold. That's what you're able to scrounge up from the surrounding area before the beginning of your trip.
Cool.
It's not a lot, but it's enough to start the day at least. Breakfast.
It'll make me do shit. Got it.
It's gas in the tank, baby.
All right.
Is there
Back to
anything
the
you want to turn on right now?
No, actually, there's not anything I want to turn on.
All right. Well, the stable master, Mr. NNPC, comes out with your 4 horses, and they are saddled up with supplies that you'll need. And doesn't look like anyone is wanting to join you on your journey through the Mistlands. No one's curious enough to head in, so it's going to be just the 4 of you.
I think it's better that way.
Before the stable master goes, I ask him if the horses have names and which one is the sweetest one.
Well, that one would definitely be Teardrop. That's the Ridgeback over here. Kind of pats a brown horse. And then you've got Apple. You've got Clay. And then you've got Bron.
I kind of pat Teardrop on like the nose.
She's got a cute little white teardrop on her nose. That's why she got the name.
It's so cute. I want this one.
You got it.
I start talking to her in that baby voice that people talk to animals in.
I pick literally the nearest horse that Tiffy has not picked and just get on it.
Same.
Your name
All right.
is Horsey.
No, that's Bron.
Okay.
They have names, Heather.
Well, you are all saddled up. Whichever one of you has the mana seed, it thrums.
I think that's
Whoever
Heather.
did have it.
I think it's Heather.
Wait, who have what?
The mana seed?
I think it was Heather also.
I reach into the pocket and pick it up and just kind of look at it for a minute. And it's like,
It's kind of got like a green outline glowing, and if you squeeze it, you'll feel it's really weird. It's kind of like somebody just opened a window in your head, so there's like a rush of like fresh air, like when you open a window in a sealed space,
mhm.
except it's a message from Renaud just saying, I wanted to test and make sure that we could continue to send messages from this distance. And
Look-
then it's like the window shuts again.
I squeeze it. And it's like, looks like it's working. And let go.
All right. It no longer thrums. The glow fades.
Do I get any kind of inkling that my message was sent back?
It feels like it was. It's kind of like that. It's like a feeling that you get of if you were the tube at a drive-through bank when you send your check to the teller, and there's like that. Yeah.
An awkward schlorp. Got it.
An
Yeah.
awkward schlorp.
Oof, that could be the name of a book in this world.
The awkward schlorp.
The forbidden love between one woman and an amorous gelatinous cube.
Ooh, I bet it would sell.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the lusty Argonian maid, but worse.
Hell yeah, it is.
Rip.
Lift her tail never thought of anything this time.
Well, that was awkward. It works.
Let's get out of here fast.
Yes, let us leave this degenerate sexy fort.
It is a silly place. Let's not go to the fort.
All right, so you set off on the road to the Mistlands. Let's see. How much longer do we have to play tonight?
I have to go to work in the morning, so I gotta wrap up soon.
All right, well then we can go ahead and wrap up here. This is a decent enough spot to do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm wrapping up.
Alrighty. That's good by me.
So, you set out on your horses, and after about 4 hours, you feel a rumbling in the ground. And when you look to the sky, you see what looks like almost like a mushroom cloud coming from the direction of Clydesdale.
Oh, that's not good.
The fuck?
Well, shit.
Well, that looks like a war crime.
Didn't do it though.
Should we get on the mana horn? Are they okay?
Y'all dead?
Yeah, you get the feeling that there's nothing on the other end of your mana seed.
Well, that didn't go well.
What happened?
I just kind of motioned to the mushroom cloud. That happened.
Is this
I know
really
it happened.
elven
Why?
trickery shit?
Well, you were the one who...
Did you nuke a town?
Probably.
I know.
Oh, Renaud.
I know.
Myron!
Oh, fuck.
Well, I guess that's a... I think we probably ought to... just... no going back, I guess. That sucks.
That song.
I become pissed. The ground starts to burn around me.
Calm your tits there, Firebrand.
Careful,
Let's
Clay
get this
doesn't
over
like
with.
that.
We're gonna whoop Reggie's ass for this one.
She's burning my world build, fam.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Well,
I'm
stay,
sad.
stay the anger until we need it.
She gets seconds because she's burnt her avatar.
Well, guess we gotta whoop some ass then, huh?
Blow myself out like Hades from the heart.
I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Alright. I've put it away. Saving it for later.
Come
Get
on.
the road.
Yep. Come on, Braun. Let's go.
Kind of feels like we're playing out to credits. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, on that note, thanks everybody for joining us. This has been Die and Doozles. We'll be back tomorrow night with Mech Warrior, and we will also be continuing our primary campaign on Wednesday. So if you liked what you saw, please give us a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Night, everyone.